Hello. I'll be presenting to you my business solution. This business solution is a business strategy for transport. So, what we are gonna do here is we're gonna leverage real-time data analytics to help to provide the efficient transport. For this real-time analytics, we actually focus on two portion. The first portion is to improve the company operation, and the other one is to help the passenger, which is the user, to guide them to the alternative route that is the faster for them. So my first business initiative is actually tracking and monitoring the health status for the bus and train. So for this outcome, we actually aiming to achieve a fully functional operational with high availability. Means that we actually want our equipment, which is the machinery of the bus and trains, to operate at their full capability and with all the working parts, and not with the maybe some default parts or those parts that are going to break. And the other main desired outcome is to increase the operational efficiency for each bus and train. So how do we achieve actually this critical success? So based on the solution, which is using real-time data, we will be tracking the health of each bus and train using IoT, using real-time data. We will track the health status for each machinery and ensure that each bus and train is being monitored and being properly maintained. And next is that because we got the data, we need to have a way to actually upgrade and repair these machineries to make sure that this does not affect the daily operations. So what are the key tasks that we are supposed to do? So the key task is in order to attach, in order to actually detect the trains and buses health, we need to attach a sensor. So this sensor, let's call it IoT. So these IoTs will able to track these essential components of the bus and vehicles. So there will be a periodically updated of this status using via these IoT devices, and this will help to keep track of the real time of the conditions of the vehicles, if they are actually working or they are having problems. After that, we also have a daily update for uh, this machinery and their status. So what we actually also need to create is also algorithm to automatically to derive the best time to help to actually prepare for repairing and upgrading of the equipment, which does not affect the daily operations. So the data source that actually I actually thought of is first of all, they should have existing system which actually keep track of the component inventory and maintenance record. So we actually extract all this data to our database. And next, once we install these IoT devices, there needs to be a way to actually draw data from this. So that's another of my data source. And third, actually I didn't include everything here. So third, because we have their existing system, they should also have a GPS tracker for all the bus and trains. So actually we also know the location of where it is. And with the data that we collected, we will be able to have an algorithm to actually find out that actually this bus is serviceable, is it good in condition to go. Yeah. And lastly, we can have a bus driver and train officer feedback. Yeah. So this is our first business initiative. So the next one is actually matching the demand and supply of the passenger to improve the passenger satisfaction. So how do we know this passenger satisfaction? Is basically we have a demand and supply curve, which is the demand is whereby the transportation they will send, the bus and train, and the demand will be the number of volume of passengers, and the supply will be the number of bus and train that's available. Yeah. So what we're gonna do here is we want to match the demand of the passenger during peak hours by sending more trains so that we can avoid overcrowding. Yeah, and by doing so, we also can reach the highest satisfaction for each passenger because they can save their time and avoid overcrowding transportation. So, what's the critical success for this business initiative? Uh, we want our bus and train to be deployed on time to actually pick up these passengers. That's one point. And we also able to see lesser crowding for bus stop interchange and train station. And that's one point. So you know, in order to do this, we also need to be able to detect the passenger that's in the bus stop or train station. So we are using video analytics to actually to count the number of passengers that's actually on the station itself. So so that's one part. So our key task. Okay, so our key task is actually quite interesting. It's a bit different. So we'll be using existing CCTV or we'll be installing new CCTV for areas so we're able to capture the footage of the volume of passengers for the train station. So after that, we'll run video analytics and we'll collect the data so that we can estimate and we can know the volume of train of the passengers. So up next, we also need to create a software to actually calculate and match the demand supply of the passenger bus and train. So after doing so, we can come up with the proper deployment bus and train based on new system, which is a bit better because we will be using algorithms so we know what's going on. Yeah. So my data source for this is first of all is a customer trip transaction data which is in card, so we know the passenger that's actually going in and out of the station. So for the second data source, CCTV is a base for data source 3, which is we need data source 2 to come with data source 3. So data source 3 is come with the passenger, which is the demand that we need. So after that, we also need data source 4, so where we will know where the bus and train station are, and data source 5, which is to keep up this satisfaction, so we will also reduce the number of breakdowns. So this is the business initiative 2. So let's move on to business initiative 3. So this business initiative 3, so now we have maximized our operation side, so we are now looking towards to maximizing the user side. So we're actually looking forward to building an app. So this app has to guide the passenger to their best traveling routes or even alternative routes. So in order to do this, we need to achieve real-time estimation for each journey by using our bus and train GPS location by using bus or train. So the passenger can take the best route or that's the time efficient. So on the task that we have, we're actually looking for to have marketing advertising to where to advertise the app so they will use it at first, and second we can acquire data source that's needed. The key factors. So the critical factor is really so for the key task, we are actually talk about this. So we also need an algorithm to actually calculate all the best traveling alternative. So what data do we need for this algorithm? So firstly we need to know all the bus and train GPS so the passenger can track also. And we also need a video analytics for the passenger so we know the demand of the passenger so we can actually divert them to the less demanded route to their homes. And the source 3 is whereby we can able to find out we are able to calculate all the all the all the possible traveling routes so that they will able to search for it. Yeah. So after all this initiative, let's come up with the business value assessment. So these are the data source that actually I have created them and I put them to use. So as you can see, the priorities one are actually the EZ-Link card, which is very essential and the business already has it, and the video analytics. So with this we can actually calculate the the demand of the people that's going to use the train, and with it we also can have a algorithm to demand to actually derive with the demand and supply so that we can send the buses and the trains to pick up the passengers. As you can see, the bus driver feedback is actually not very strong as application app. Yeah, thank you.